Do you want to start using Claude plugins without paying a €200 subscription and running it on a Windows computer? Let me explain in this video how you can do that. So let's get started. Yes, so you might have heard that Claude has announced plugins. And plugins, to put it quite straightforward, you have to see as kind of a collection of documents that will allow you to create a functional expert. So if you go to the website of Claude, actually their GitHub repository, you can see that they have already created a number of functional experts. So let me briefly show you what they have at the moment. Yes, so here we are in the repository of Claude where they have kind of collected their plugins. And you can see you have a data plugin, so then you create a kind of functional expert that is very good in data analysis, but you also have a finance one, a legal one, and a marketing one. Yeah, so these are kind of collections of documents and instructions, and if you kind of upload that on your computer, suddenly you will have a functional expert that can help you with all kinds of activities. And what I will show you now is how you can actually install that, because this is mainly designed for Claude Code, which is kind of the newest environment of Anthropic, but you can only use that if you have the $200 subscription, which I don't have, and when you have a Mac computer, which I don't also have. I have a Windows computer, but still it's possible to use these plugins, and I will explain you step by step how to do it. So let me briefly explain what you exactly need. So there are two things that you need to have. First, you need to have a Claude subscription, but we don't need the expensive one. So I have a Pro subscription. That means I pay $20 per month, and that's sufficient. And you need Claude Code installed on your computer. And if you have not done that, there are a lot of videos on YouTube that explain you step by step how to install Claude Code. It's not difficult, but these are the two things that you need to have in order to be able to use the plugins. So let me show you now, when you have these two things ready, how you can start installing plugins. Yeah, so the first thing we need to do is to go to the GitHub page where the plugins are kind of collected together by Claude. So this is the link here, and then we can choose which plugin I want to install. I have already installed several ones, but one that I did not yet install is the finance one. So that's what I will do now. So I click now on finance. And then I simply need this URL. So I will select this URL, copy it, and now I will go to my Claude Code environment to install this particular plugin. Yes, so I'm using Claude Code in Microsoft Visual Studio Code. There are other options to use Claude Code. You could also simply do it in the terminal, but for me, this is the most convenient option. So now I'm in Microsoft Visual Studio Code. I have enabled my Claude Code chatbot, and now I can easily start here giving the instruction, please install the finance plugin based on the following link. And now I copy paste this GitHub repository link into the chat, and now I press enter. And now actually Claude Code will start installing the plugin on my computer. Yes, so now it mentioned that it has finished the installation, so that now the plugin is installed on my computer. And I can also double check that, of course. Let me briefly show you where exactly this plugin was installed. Yeah, so here I'm in my Claude folder that was created when I installed Claude Code. And now I see here a folder plugins. And then if I go now to my cache, there I have my knowledge work plugins. And here you can see that now on my computer, I have already 3 plugins installed. So I already had the legal and marketing one. And now on top of that, the finance plugin is installed. And if you click on that, you can actually see a bit the content. So in the end, it's a selection of skills, and skills are actually markdown documents that describe particular skills that a finance expert should have. So let me briefly show you how it works, and I will use for that already the legal one that I installed before. Yes, so now I'm back into my Microsoft Visual Code. I'm back into my Claude Code chatbot. And now here I have opened as a folder with one document, namely an NDA document that I typically use when I need to do research with companies. And so now I can simply here type, use the legal plugin to analyze the contract file called NDA, so that I can get an assessment of this NDA contract. And now I can press enter. And now actually Claude Code will enable this legal plugin and will use it to analyze my NDA contract. So now again, we will have to wait a bit to see the output of the contract analysis using this plugin. Yes, and what you can see here now is that it found a particular skill, namely the triage skill, to help me to analyze this contract, and now it will move forward. So now the analysis is ready, and using this triage skill, it now has really done an assessment of my NDA contract. So then I can see, for instance, potential significant issues that have been identified. And you can see here, like a real lawyer, it makes quite an extensive list. So that doesn't mean necessarily that you have to address all of this, but at least you get a detailed analysis with also kind of a checklist. Typically, you will also get some suggestions here. Yeah, so here you have suggestions into how to address these issues. And then, of course, also using AI, you can kind of help to optimize the contract based on these suggestions. And so that's a very simple, straightforward, basic demonstration of what you can do with these plugins. I think they're very powerful tools. So also no surprise that the announcement of these skills triggered quite some reaction, even on the stock exchange. But I hope that this video helps you to start experimenting with skills yourself without having to start investing 200 euros per month, or without having to buy an Apple computer when you have a Windows computer. So I hope this is helpful. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for your attention. Bye.